What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. I'll say it in Amharic because I'm just coming in from Ethiopia, but I'm a Nigerian. Isgabe, yamai chil nagar yellam. Papa, thank you so much. Pastor K, Pastor Guru, thank you so much. Okay, so my testimony. Last year, I went through a really difficult time in my career. I was so broken. I had a mental breakdown. It was so bad. And I had started going from church to church, looking for, solutions and so on. I was a member here, but still, I would go to other churches and so on. So there was a particular midnight in May, and I prayed to God. I said, God, if Pastor Jerry is a man of God, I need you to come and tell me my dream. Come and tell all these churches I've been going to. Tell me who the real man of God is. I want you to talk to me, God. You always do. And that night, I dreamt. Pastor Jerry came to Lokogoma because I was living in Lokogoma at the time. And he came to Lokogoma Junction and he was preaching. I said, isn't that Pastor Jerry? He was wearing a black jacket. And I was looking, I said, but that's Pastor Jerry. So I now drove closer, I wound down my window. I said, no, that's Pastor Jerry. And I now came out, and I think Yoruba, they call it dobale. So I dobaled, I laid down like that. I said, Papa, it's an amazing thing, it's an honor to see you. Please pray for me. So in the dream, Pastor Jerry, you know the way he prays, he'll be sweating, he was praying. I said, my breakthrough has come. So as he was praying that dream, even in the dream, I could feel something had shifted. I knew my breakthrough has come. So in the dream, I now went to my car. I brought out an envelope full of money. I now gave it to Papa. I said, I know you have a lot of building projects and projects in the church, so please accept my humble contribution. Pastor Jerry didn't say anything. That envelope, he just tore it open. Every money inside. He looked for people that were crippled, their hands broken, blind. He dashed out every single thing. I was now looking at him. I said, what's the meaning of this? I went back to my car. I brought another one. He did the same thing. And the crowd was now getting big. Papa, help me. Papa, pray for me. Pastor Jerry, pray for me. Pastor Jerry. And I woke up. I said, I think God has answered my prayer because I prayed. I need to know who a real man of God is. When he answered that prayer, I said, good. Now I'm going to get to the root cause of my problem with my career. And my career, I'm a communications person. I've done comms for many years, different organizations. God has been faithful, to be honest. So there was one I worked in Nigeria before I went for international posting. International posting, by the way, came from this altar. I will come to that. And so that place, I worked almost 5 years. And towards the last batch of the year, towards the last part of the year, my supervisor was changed. The main supervisor had retired, so they brought someone. And this person that they brought has never worked in sub-Saharan Africa, meaning with Africans, yeah? So this person came in with a lot of prejudices and just started sacking people anyhow. The first person they sacked, they said, she's too pompous. Her character doesn't fit this program. They sacked her. The next person, they don't like his writing style. Out. The next person, they said, he made up some numbers when he was doing statistics research. Out. I said, what's going on here? Not on my watch. I can't be on this altar. God has told me this is a real man of God and this is a real church. I started praying like mad. In fact, one of the people, he was really sick. He had cancer. May his gentle soul rest in peace. He had cancer and he couldn't open up. And he was always absent and everything. And this person, this supervisor told him, we need to know how long you'll be sick for because we can't keep paying salary to someone that does not come into the office. Here, when this guy told us this thing, we were heartbroken. So one day, he said he was in like ICU, he got a bit better. From hospital with his IV, he came to the office. I didn't know that this guy came to say goodbye to us. He later opened up and told me what happened. He passed away a few days later. When this guy died, I said, you know what, I'm going to take some leave and start coming to this altar and pray. I will lie down here. As Pastor Jerry finishes kabashing, I'll be lying down. So I did that, and then there was one of the cleaners here. She said, this girl, you're always making noise. What's wrong with you? And I told her that, this is what I'm going through. She just said, you know what? Print your CV. Print your credentials, print everything. Put it on the altar. I started printing in physical, and I'd put it on the altar, and I would just put it. I will cry, I'll pray, I'll leave. Exactly 7 days after this lady told me this thing, I don't know whether Pastor Jerry particularly picked it up from the altar and prayed or what. I got an international appointment, a consultancy opportunity with the UN in Ethiopia. I didn't do any interview, by the way, and this doesn't really happen in the UN because they're very rigorous and thorough, but this was a consultancy, even though 6 months and so on, but still it was a miracle, coming out from such a toxic environment to an international post. So for me, it was such a breakthrough, and even the salary, everything was just amazing, even though it wasn't a full package that would carry my kids and everything. But whatever, I went back to work, after the 2 weeks leave, I went back to work, and when I went, I resigned. I dropped my resignation letter, and when I dropped the letter, this lady said, I'm shocked. Where are you going to? I said, I got an international post. She said, you? International post. I said, yes, what God cannot do does not exist. This was, she was so shocked. Anyway, God is so amazing, because when I did that international post, I was always praised. As in the way they loved me, that office, and the fact I speak a bit of Amharic and so on, it really helped me. I made so many friends. I was doing so well. I was so shocked because, at that project, I was made to feel incompetent. I was totally broken. Suddenly, God just, put me back. And there was this word, by the way, I think this was June 2nd last year, where a pastor said, there's someone here, they have worn you a garment of disgrace at your place of work. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, let that garment of disgrace be reversed by fire. And exactly as that prayer, when I went to Ethiopia, I was so shocked. The kind of meetings I organized for my office, even meetings with Dangote company there, Safaricom, huge companies, even my own boss there, she's like, okay, another big miracle happened, because I was praying to be with my family. I wanted a fixed term, a proper, contract, UN contract where I'm with my family and everything. So I kept praying. When I came in December for Christmas, I started again going to the altar and praying, and God did another big miracle. This time, I have to kneel down for this. This time, God gave me a fixed term contract. Yes, it's not international. I'm here in Nigeria, but it's fixed term. It's a very senior position. The person I'm filling his position, he has 35 years of work experience, PhD. In fact, he has retired, but he's now chairman of one of the big news agencies in Nigeria, and now filled his role. It can only be God. This altar is too powerful. What God cannot do does not exist. Thank you, Jesus.
If you know you are celebrating